All right. All right, C 343540, State of Nevada versus Kimball Austin Sachs. Appearances, please.
Rinetti for the state.
Is defendant Sachs there?
Please refer to me as sir, ma'am.
Okay. Is Sir Sachs there?
Sir's fine, ma'am. Or excuse me, Judge.
I have to utilize your name for purposes of everybody knowing what case we are on.
For the purposes of what you want to accomplish without trying to say the obstructionist or difficult, like you said, Sir Sachs is apparently going to have to be okay for right now, Judge.
Thank you. All right, we are here on the joint motion to compel Judge Peterson and Prosecutor Dena Rinetti. I'm not even going to deign the title of the, quote, tag team. I'm not even going to deign that with any sort of acknowledgement because it's ridiculous and frivolous and a lie on its face.
Object.
To answer the questions under oath in this motion pursuant to the Constitution of the State of Nevada, Article 1, Section 8.2, due process of law. The court has received the emergency joint motion, has received the state's response, agrees with the state's response wholeheartedly, and denies the motion. There is also a motion to continue the trial. The basis of the motion to continue the trial is based on the Supreme Court deciding the pending motion to reconvene the grand jury, which was filed on 7/3. The motion to continue the trial was filed on July the 3rd, after the Supreme Court already denied the motion, and the defendant knew the motion had been denied. Therefore, the court finds that the basis for the motion to continue trial is groundless and frivolous.
Objection.
To the extent that you asked for an en-banc rehearing, that was denied as well. To the extent that you have asked for an emergency joint motion for disqualification of Justices Kadish and Stiglitz and Herdman, there is no basis for you to disqualify a Supreme Court justice. So, all of your motions are being denied. This is going to trial.
Objection. All of it. This is absurd. I get to make a record here.
Go ahead.
This was the third chance to get some kind of justice from the Supreme Court. And yes, I did follow the rules from the NRAP, Nevada Rules of Appellate Procedure. And so what this amounts is I am due for a response from the Nevada Supreme Court. It's pending because if you look at their website, it says yes to both. And so there's
No, it doesn't. No, it does not. It says en-banc rehearing denied, and based on the fact that the rehearing is denied, all of the things that were filed on May the 13th and this date are moot. The Supreme Court has denied your motion. This case is going forward. Your motion to continue the trial is denied, and if you do not show up for the calendar call, Sir Sachs, if you do not show up for the calendar call, a bench warrant will be issued.
Objection to everything you've said, and you are still not stating it correctly for the record, because what I filed with the Nevada Supreme Court is called a reconsideration. That's the third chance.
They denied it. They denied your motion for reconsideration.
When?
God, I will pull it up for you and give you the date.
I'm going to look for it right now as well on my end, because I've been keeping an eye on it and I haven't seen it.
Well, I will tell you when it was done, so give me one moment and I will pull it up for you.
It's still pending on my end. It says post-judgment.
I will read it to you and I'll show it to you on the darn screen if you would wait 1 second and stop interrupting the court. Huh? I think it was 88455. That's what I thought. Yes. On 5/28 of 2024, it specifically says,
Excuse me, ma'am, I have to interrupt. Please go to the appellate case management system online. At the bottom it says 6-4 motion. It is still pending.
That's a filed proper person emergency joint motion for disqualification of Justice Kadish and Stiglich and Herndon. There is no basis.
And filed proper emergency joint petition for NBAC reconsideration under NRAP 40A and NRAP 27E. In the right-hand column it says pending. Document number.
Stop. Put him on mute. Put him on mute. Sir Sachs, on 6/4 of 2024, you filed a proper person emergency joint motion for disqualification of Justice Kadish and Stiglich and Herndon under NRAP 35 and NRAP 27E. The court is looking at the appellate case management system from the Nevada Supreme Court. So I am looking at the same thing that you are looking at. I agree with you. There has been no decision on that yet. What I am telling you is there is no legal basis to disqualify a Supreme Court justice. And so your motion is going to be denied because there's no basis to do what you're trying to do. As it pertains to your emergency joint motion that you filed on 5/20, and the motion that you filed proper person petition for rehearing, emergency joint petition for en banc rehearing on 5/28 of 2024, and I'm going to pull this up. It says, order denying rehearing. Rehearing denied. It is so ordered with a footnote. In light of this order, no action will be taken on the documents filed on May 13th, 2024, May 14th, 2024, and May 20th of 2024. So all of those documents that you filed after they made their original decision, they are saying there is no action that is going to be taken on those, and those were the orders that were in relationship to the original motion for the writ of mandamus. And so that is why the court said there is no basis for you to get the Supreme Court justices removed or disqualified, and that's why there is no basis for the court to continue this trial. And so this trial is going forward.
You're not even following the rule of law because you're not even acknowledging that there's NRAP rules. I have followed it to a T. And if there was a problem, then the Supreme Court of the clerk, Elizabeth Brown, would have told me even a fraction of what you're saying. So you are on basically quicksand.
No,
you completely
mute him.
You are denied due process.
No. Elizabeth Brown is not going to give you, she is the clerk of the court. She is not going to provide you with legal advice. And so therefore, she is not going to tell you what the court just placed for the record. So I am once again going to tell you your basis for your motion to continue the trial is frivolous and unwarranted and without legal merit. This case is going to trial in August. What is our calendar call date?
Calendar call is
Objection, ma'am. Objection. Once again, you are not.
Unmute him. Or mute him.
August 12th at 9:30 is calendar call. Jury trial August 19th at 9:30.
Okay, August 12th. If you're not here in court for the calendar call, the court will issue a warrant. That'll be
To
all.
make a record here.
That'll be all.
You keep muting me. This is nonsense. I get to make a record. I have a right to be heard, and you told me in your affidavit that you're going to treat me fairly and impartially. Now you are completely denying the rules of NRAP that basically say I have a third chance at justice, which I do. And you can even see on the public request, hold on and see you are not being truthful. This is completely out of order, and you are acting without authority, completely out of authority, and you are going to have to answer for what you're doing here because you are breaking the law, plain and simple. How do you do that? How do you get the authority to break the law?
I'm not breaking the law, sir. So your motion to continue the trial, which is what is in front of me today, is denied. This case is going forward. You can take up any other issues with the Supreme Court. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.